Okay, so in this lecture we are going to talk about GitHub. Okay, so GitHub is a platform on which you can monitor the changes that you make in your code. Suppose there are, let's say, 5 developers. Okay, let's take the example of this class only. We are 3 in number, right? So if suppose I have created an application and I publish it on GitHub, fine, and I share the code with you guys also. Now in future, if suppose one of you make some changes in the code, okay, then if you put it in GitHub, so I can monitor the changes which you have made in the code on GitHub, and then I can push it to the main repository. Now what is repository, what is GitHub, and how to create account on GitHub, and why developers use GitHub as a platform to monitor changes in the application, that's what we are going to discuss in this lecture. Okay, so what you have to do for creating your account on GitHub is you can access GitHub. Let me just do github.com for now. Okay, so you have to type github.com and it will you will land on a page like this. Now here you have to create your account on GitHub. What is the process of creating the account? Let me tell you that. So first of all, I'm going to share the link of the website with you guys. Fine, so this is the link, and then here we have to click on sign up. Right. So here you can enter your email ID. For now, let me see if I have some other email ID, because with this one I already have an account on GitHub with this ID. So because of that, so let's use this one for now. My password. Okay, I don't think that I'll be able to log in into this account because it is connected to a mobile phone which I lost, so which is dead right now, and so I'll be using this one for now. But for you guys, what you can do, you can enter your login credentials, or you can sign up on this platform, or you can simply hit sign in and it will redirect you to a page where you will get to see this option, create an account. So if you'll hit this create an account option here, okay, it has brought us again on the same page. Let me see if I can show you the complete process. Password, create a password. Okay, would you like to receive product updates announcements via email? So for now I am putting in, please solve this puzzle to verify that you are human. Start puzzle, pick one square that shows 2 identical objects. Okay, 2 identical objects. We sent a launch code to JanGaurav126. Let me check. Okay, mistakenly I typed here T in between U and R, so that's the reason I'm not getting the code here on this ID. Sorry for that. Let me do one thing. Let me just access the home page of GitHub again.
Sir, we cannot hear you clearly.
Is it fine now, dear? Is it fine now? Is it
Yes,
better now?
sir.
Okay. So I'll be speaking a bit louder now. No problem.
Okay.
Uh, I think I'll have to use the incognito window because here it's redirecting me to the same page again and again. So I hope you have understood the process of creating an account on GitHub. So once you're
Yes.
done with creating an account, you have to sign in into the platform, and here you can put the email ID like this, and then the email, then the password. Okay, so I have received a code on my email ID. Let me check that code. So this is the one which I need to copy and put it here for the verification purpose. Okay, so this is my GitHub dashboard. Fine. Now let me open the code which we created in the previous lecture. So I'm going to show you how you can upload it in GitHub. Fine. Downloads, and let me just check for that file which we created in the previous lecture. Do you guys remember the name of that file or the things we did in the previous lecture? I don't think that I'll be able to find it. Let's do one thing. Let me create a new file. Okay. So, new file. So Python. Okay, I think I have some codes here in this DTDC folder. So what you guys can do, you can create a folder, okay, and inside that you can create a Python file, right? So for now, let me share a Python file with you guys. Okay, so I'm going to share. Okay, this is the Python file, and let me share it with you in the chat box of this meeting first, and then I will show you how you can push it to the repo. Okay, I think I forgot to share my screen. Is it visible to you guys now? I hope it is visible to both of you now.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Sorry, I'm really sorry. I forgot to share my screen. So what you have to do, you have to first come on github.com, okay, and you have to create your account on this platform. And once you're done with creating your account, you have to just log in into the platform, and it will redirect you to a page like this where if you'll click here, you will see an option called your repositories. Fine, so you need to click on your repositories, and it will redirect you to a page like this. Now because I've already created 46 repositories on this platform, so that's why I'm able to see these many applications and these many repositories in this repository section. But because it is for the first time you're going to use it, so you will not see anything over here. Now what is repositories? It is basically a space, okay, in which you can say put your code, fine, so as to refer to it in the future. For example, we have limited space on our devices. If you are carrying a laptop or a desktop, you have very limited space in it, so you can't store everything in your desktop or laptop device. So for that, what we do, we use repositories like this, spaces like this, where we put our product and code, and then we delete it from our desktop, and in future if we require it, we can download it directly from these repositories. How it happens, I'll show you that practically in this lecture. So once you're done with creating your account on the platform, you have to click here on plus, right, and it will show you this option called new repository, because you have to create a new one, right? So you'll use this to create a new repository, and it will open for you a page like this where it will ask you to give a repository name. So for now I am using demo, okay, demo test, and I'm going to make it a public repository. So there are two types of repos, public and private. Now if you will make it public, it will be accessible to everyone who is online, and if you will make it private, it will be accessible to only those guys with whom you will share the link of this repository. So for now I'm making it public. Private, you can try it yourself, and in case you come across any issues, you can let me know about it. Fine. Now the other option is add a readme file. So if you want to add a file, a text file to this repository, you can tick mark this checkbox, otherwise it is also not required. Okay, and once you are done with making all the entries, you can hit this create repository option, and your repository will get created like this. Okay, so we have created the repository, which can be accessed with the help of this link, which is present on this page. Now how to upload a code or a file which is present on your device on this online repository, that's what I'm going to brief you about. So the first thing you need to install on your device is git bash. So see, git bash. So I'm able to see it in this window. Why? Because I already have it on my device. Now how you will install it on your respective device? So the process for doing it is just type git bash install on Google, and here you can see a link which you have to click, and it will redirect you to this platform from where you can download Git. So Git is basically a client. Okay, it's a client machine, or you can say a client application which connects your device to the GitHub repository. So your device is your local, right, your local environment, and Git repository is an online platform. So what you have to do, you have to transfer the files from your local environment to an online platform. Now for that transfer, we need a bridge in between, okay, through which our files can travel from our local environment to the online platform. तो एक तरफ गिट हो गया, एक तरफ आपका लोकल मशीन हो गई, दूसरी तरफ आपका गिटहब रेपोजिटरी हो गया, और बीच में क्या हो गया, एक ब्रिज. ये जो ब्रिज है, ये कौन है? ये है गिट. ठीक है. नाउ to install Git, you have to download the executable of Git. So you can simply click this button, and based on your Windows specifications or configuration, you can select the file. So if you are on a 64-bit operating system, you can go with this. If you are on a 32-bit operating system, you can go with this. So because I'm using a 64-bit operating system, I have clicked here. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, so it has opened for me this dialog window, and this is the executable file which I can simply save in that folder which came up in that dialog window. Okay, so within next couple of seconds, the application will get the file will get downloaded. So it's there on my device now, and I can simply run it to install Git on my device. Now I'm not going to do it now because it is already there on my device. Fine, but because you guys will be doing it for the first time, so you can install it. Let me share the link of this platform with you in the chat box at the meeting so that you can use it. Okay, so now Git is there on your device and you know about GitHub. You have successfully created your account on GitHub. What next? Suppose you have a file in a folder named, let me just copy this file and put it here. So we have a folder named main, inside which we have these three things. So the first thing is a folder named Ansible main, in which we have some files and folders. Then we have two more files present inside this folder named main. Now I want to transfer all the three things to the GitHub repo which I just created. How can I do it with the help of Git? That's what I'm going to show you now. So what I have to do here is right click and then git bash here. So this option will automatically come once you are done with installing Git on your device. So just open the terminal. So git bash terminal looks like this. Fine. Now we have to come on our GitHub repository and check the instructions which are mentioned there on GitHub. So where is that? Okay, so the first instruction is git init. So we have to start from here. Okay, we'll be starting from here. Git init. So it means that we need to initiate Git. We need to start Git. Okay, this is a command which is going to trigger Git. So simply we have to copy the command and put it in the GitHub terminal. Paste and enter. So as you can see, initialized empty Git repository. Fine. Now the next command is git add readme. So we do not want the readme file, right? We want Git to pick up everything whatever is present in this folder named main. We are already inside main. Okay, as you can see here, it's written downloads -main. So this is the path of this directory which I am currently present in. ठीक है, जिस डायरेक्टरी के अंदर मैं अभी हूँ वो उसका पाथ आप देख सकते हो, ऊपर भी है और यहाँ पर भी है. Now for adding everything present in this folder named main, what I can do here is I can simply write git add and dot. So what does this mean for this terminal? It means कि भैया मेन के अंदर जितना भी सामान है वो सारा का सारा आप सबसे पहले चेक करके एक लिस्ट के अंदर ऐड कर दो. ठीक है, अब देखो ये सारा का सारा जो सामान है इसके अंदर भी फोल्डर है, इसके अंदर फोल्डर है, फिर फोल्डर है, ये 4 फोल्डर है इसके अंदर. तो जितना भी सारा सामान पड़ा हुआ है मेन के अंदर और उसके फोल्डर्स के अंदर वो सारा मैंने सक्सेसफुली ऐड कर दिया. नाउ व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट थिंग? git commit -m first commit. So this is the third command which we can simply copy and paste it as it is, right? So this is what you have to do. What it will do, it will create the commits for everything present in this main named folder. एक चीज होती है कमिट करना, मतलब एक कमांड क्रिएट करना ट्रांसफर के लिए. अपने लोकल सिस्टम से हम लोग गिटहब में भेज रहे हैं, तो जितनी भी चीज़ें मेन के अंदर प्रेजेंट है ना, उन सब के लिए एक ट्रांसफ़र कमांड बनाना. तो अब ये देखो यहाँ पे जितने भी फोल्डर्स हैं, ये देख रहे हो आप, dtdc.py है, ठीक है, आपका इन एनसिबल के अंदर इन्वेंट्री नाम का फोल्डर है, डेव नाम का फोल्डर है, कोर नाम का फोल्डर है, फिर उसके अंदर एक फाइल है. तो जितने भी फाइल्स हैं उसके लिए कमांड बन गई हमारी, क्रिएट कमांड. अब इसके बाद क्या करना है, लेट्स सी. सो वी हैव टू क्रिएट अ ब्रांच. So inside repositories, there is something called branch. Fine. If suppose there are 4 developers, so what we'll do, for each of the developers, we'll create a separate branch, but our main code will be present in the main branch. तो ये हमारा मेन ब्रांच है, ठीक है. 1 सेकेंड. ये हमारी मेन ब्रांच है और ये 2 रेपोजिटरीज ऐसी हैं जो मैंने 2 अलग अलग डेवलपर्स के लिए बना रखी है. 2 ब्रांचेज ऐसी हैं, सॉरी, जो अलग अलग डेवलपर्स के लिए बना रखी है. तो जो मेन कोड है वो यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट है. इस डेवलपर ने अपने कोड में कोई चेंज करा और अपनी ब्रांच के अंदर मूव कर दिया, ठीक है. तो दूसरे डेवलपर को जब तक दिखाई नहीं देगा जब तक वो इसका कोड मेन ब्रांच के अंदर नहीं आ जाता. तो जो ओरिजिनल कोड है वो मेन ब्रांच के अंदर होता है और जो बाकी डेवलपर्स का कोड होता है वो अलग अलग ब्रांचेस के अंदर होता है. अब एक मेन डेवलपर ऐसा होता है जिसको सबके बारे में पता होता है, जिसको मेन के बारे में भी पता होता है, जिसको बाकी सब ब्रांचों के बारे में भी पता होता है. तो सबसे पहले वो देखता है कि क्या इस बंदे ने जो चेंज करे हैं क्या वो ठीक है या गलत. अगर वो ठीक है तब वो इस बंदे का कोड उठा के मेन के अंदर डाल देता है, और अगर वो ठीक नहीं है तो इस वाले बंदे को बताता है कि आपके कोड में गलती है, आप इसे ठीक करो, तभी मैं आपका जो कोड है वो मेन के अंदर डाल पाऊंगा. तो ये छोटा सा प्रोसेस है, ठीक है, लेकिन समझ में जब ये आएगा जब आप प्रैक्टिकली इसको करोगे. सो व्हेन यू विल डू इट प्रैक्टिकली यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट इन अ बेटर वे. But for now, just take it as something called groups. Okay, you can understand branches as groups. So there are different there are different groups you can create in one particular repository, but there is one group in which our main code is present, and that group is called main, or we can call it as master group. ठीक है. So let's first push the code in the main branch of the repository which we have created. So how to do that? We'll have to first create the main branch. So this is the command with the help of which the main branch can be created. So here we'll first paste the command and we'll execute the enter button. So our main branch has created. Now as you can see, earlier it was master and now it is main. What does this mean? It means that कि भैया मैंने मेन ब्रांच बना दी है और आपका मैंने चेंज भी कर दिया है मास्टर से मेन में. होता क्या है, जब आप कोई गिट रेपो बनाते हो, रेपोजिटरी बनाते हो, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट एक ब्रांच ऑटोमेटिकली बन जाती है जिसका नाम होता है मास्टर. ठीक है. अगर आपको मास्टर में नहीं भेजना डेटा, आपको भेजना है मेन के अंदर, आपको अपनी एक रेपो बनानी है और उसके अंदर आपको सारा डेटा रखना है, तो आप उठा के ये वाली कमांड फायर कर दो, गेट ब्रांच -m, और फिर उस ब्रांच का नाम जो आप क्रिएट करना चाहते हो. मैं तो मेन क्रिएट करना चाहता हूँ तो मैंने मेन लिख दिया. आप अपना नाम की रेपो क्रिएट करना चाहते हो, अपना नाम लिख दो, आपका यहाँ पे नाम आ जाएगा. ठीक है. तो अब इसका ये मतलब हो गया, जो भी मैं कोड पुश करूंगा ना, इट विल गो इन द मेन ब्रांच. नाउ for pushing the code we'll have to first tell this terminal about our GitHub repository. तो GitHub repository हमने कौन सी बनाई थी अभी, demo-test. ये उसका पूरा लिंक है. तो अब मुझे ये वाली कमांड फायर करनी पड़ेगी ताकि मैं इस वाले GitHub repo के बारे में इस टर्मिनल को बता पाऊँ. Simply we can copy and paste the command as it is like this over here in the terminal and execute the enter button. So now the terminal is inside the main branch of this repository. Okay, it's time for us to push the code into this main branch. How we'll do it? So simply we have to write git push. Fine. So our code is yet not pushed. Why? Because the command prompt is telling us to push the current branch and set the remote as upstream. don't get into, the don't I do not want to get into, deep into it. Just copy this command and paste it over here, and let's execute the enter button. Let's see what's gonna happen next. So as you can see, the command prompt has done something. Now what it has done, let's check it out. So it has first written some objects. Writing objects here means transferring the objects from the local environment to the GitHub repo, which is online. So in total it has made 25 commits. इसने 25 चीज़ें भेजी हैं, ठीक है, 25 कमांड्स एग्जीक्यूट हुई हैं और 100% डेटा चला गया है हमारा। एक नई ब्रांच बन चुकी है मेन, जिसके अंदर सारा डेटा है। Now how to check the data here in the GitHub repo? So once you see these things in your command prompt, you have to just give a refresh to this page. Let's see what's gonna happen. So see, whatever we have in the main named library, okay, which is there on our local device, has now come on the GitHub repo, right, which we created some while back. And what is the name of this branch in which the data is present? It's main. Okay, the name of the branch is main. I hope you have understood this much. If there is any question, anything you want to ask, or anything you haven't understood, so please let me know about it. Okay, so you guys can try it out once you are free today, and you can find the recorded video of this session on my YouTube channel also. Okay, follow the steps and try to do the needful. In case you fail anywhere or you come across any issues, you can take the snapshot of that particular window where the error will come, where the error has come, and you can share the issue with me, you can share the error with me. I will try to respond to your queries whenever I'll get free. Right, so this is it from my side. Thank you very much for joining this tutorial. Bye bye, take care, and have a great day, guys.